Hello, I'm Ann Miner, President and founder of the Dunvegan Group, and I'm going to give you an overview of all the services that the Dunvegan Group provides its business-to-business clients. First of all, we help you build strong, competitor-resistant customer relationships right from the point when your customer is still a prospect. Prospects will submit inquiries through your website or via a toll-free number. They'll come to my team, who will triage the calls and emails, because they won't all be leads actually. So we'll send those that are not leads on their way. The ones that are prospective customers, we will collect a full spectrum of information from them concerning their needs, their timing, and their priorities. Then we'll enhance their profile by collecting information from their website and from Hoovers, and we'll enter that into your customer relationship management or CRM system, something maybe like Salesforce.com. That will then provide your sales team, whether it is a vertical specialist or a specific product specialist, with the information they need to begin a warm conversation with a prospective customer. Now, assuming that they do get an opportunity to submit a proposal or a bid, then we will enter the picture again to do a follow-up once that proposal has either been accepted or rejected. So if the business is won, clearly we need to know, what did we do right? Who did we compete against? How did we maybe need to improve if we wanted to have an even stronger presentation? And that will start us off on a very strong footing. The other thing we collect from those new customers that have accepted the proposal is what their specific expectations are concerning the relationship. So again, you can deliver not only against their priorities, but against their specific expectations. Now, if we go back to the situation where the proposal was rejected, or we didn't win the business, clearly we need to know what we should have done differently, who did we compete against, who won, why did they win, and would the customer consider doing business with our client in the future. Information on the follow-up of proposals and bids helps us to continuously improve and strengthen those submissions so that we can increase the close ratio. Now let's go back to the new customer who has accepted the proposal. That customer may have some kind of an installation or a setup period, a startup phase. You might think of it as kind of a honeymoon phase. We will interview those customers once they are completely set up to ensure that the setup has been to their satisfaction, that we haven't created any sort of difficulties in that process, and that their expectations are being met. Once that has been concluded, if there's any dissatisfaction, we will put that customer into a recovery process where we will have our client's team follow up to remedy any discontent or dissatisfaction, to make sure that we have that relationship always running on a positive footing. After that, the customer goes into an annual customer care and review process. So once a year, we'll be talking with the customer and all the appropriate contacts at that customer company, the decision makers, the day-to-day contacts, and any other appropriate influencers. We will want to stay on top of the strength of that relationship to ensure that we have identified or uncovered any additional opportunities to serve that customer and potentially increase our revenue, and also to identify any potential areas of risk or discontent. In that unfortunate situation, the customer will go into, again, a recovery process where there will be a requirement for an action plan to be implemented and completed, and then we'll do a follow-up interview to ensure that the discontent has actually been resolved. Now, when it comes time for the customer to renew their contract, again, we'll want to be sure that we know what the outcome was and why. So if the customer renews, we'd like to know what made them decide to stay and put them back into their annual customer care evaluation program. For those customers who actually defect after all the care we've taken with them, we need to know what made them decide to leave, who did we compete against, and where did the business go, as well as whether there's an opportunity to win that business back in the future. All of that information helps us to know whether we should be nurturing that relationship or letting it go. So you can see we stick with the customer for the entire lifespan of the relationship the customer has with your company. And by doing so, we allow your company to focus on your core competencies, doing what you do best, identifying and attracting new prospective customers. And we ensure that those customers have strong competitor-resistant relationships with your company, so that you are continuously building instead of just replacing lost business on a continuous churn basis. We'd love to have an opportunity to talk with you further, and I invite you to contact me directly, either by email. That would be Anne, A-N-N-E, .miner, M-I-N-E-R, at Dunvegan, D-U-N-V-E-G-A-N, Group, Group.com. That's ann.miner at dunvegangroup.com. Or you can call me on my personal toll-free number, which is 1-888-281-3074. I'll repeat that, 1-888-281-3074. And I look forward to our conversation soon.